Hello and welcome back to Rimworld, episode something. It's been a while and I haven't checked to see which episode we're actually on. I think this is episode 10. Yeah, we'll go with episode 10, why not? It looks like we are still dealing with another engine of hatred that has come to plague our colony by driving all of our colonists steadily insane. Yeah, looks like we've had quite a few people go down. It's been a while since I've recorded anything. I'm trying out some new stuff with this, with my pop filter placement and the microphone. Hopefully it sounds good and there's not too much mouth noise. Trying to reduce that. Trying to figure out how to talk, basically. Yeah, it looks like we're building, we're configuring our food production because it looks like we've run out of food. That's not a very good situation to be in, especially when there's an engine of hatred to deal with. We really need our people to get down there and build, get those turrets online. It looks like they're online, but looks like I want to finish that wall to stop them from taking cover. Well, it looks like we just attacked it anyway. So it turns out because this game is being played on such an easy setting that these are not very difficult to deal with. I can assure you though, if you're just 2 levels above, they are very difficult to deal with if you don't have enough colonists and weapons and such. And if you're not careful, tactical with your maneuvers. This kind of setup would not have been sufficient to deal with an engine of hatred on a higher difficulty. Just wouldn't work. You'd be dealing with I don't know what they're called, but the big bugs. You know, they'll have I think they have this weapon that doesn't seem to drop. I think it's like a grenade launcher or something. That's very powerful. Looks like our people are still slightly going insane. But they should be recovering now because we've gotten rid of that damn thing. It looks like, and so we would have got another AI core as well, which is not terribly useful for us because we can only really build one ship. I mean, it takes so many resources that you would spend ages just waiting for scrap to fall from the sky because you know there's only so much metal in the world. Especially on the sort of normal sized maps. Oh, we've got a solar flare and someone's about to go insane. Perfect. Hopefully they'll have some food. Yeah, okay. We got our colonists back as well. Or one of them anyway. We just gotta wait for these flares. These flares can be a bit disastrous if they happen when you're being attacked by an engine of hatred or you have the drone effects on, you know, either your males or females. It'd be interesting if they introduce different races. That'd be cool. You could have different races from different worlds. But I'm not sure what the lore is for Rimworld. Perhaps it's all humans. No such thing as aliens. Just sort of mechanoids. Come to think of it, there hasn't really been a mention of aliens so far. So it looks like we're low on food. Gotta get that production up. We're trying to move all of production inside of the colony. So we actually removed the original planting zone. And that's probably contributing a lot to the food production, because if we just had a solar flare as well, all crops would just have been planted. So we got some new attackers. They're probably not going to survive their attack. Nope. The turrets dealt with them pretty well. So we're doing pretty good. Got a large amount of people. We're going to capture some people and turn them. Well, one person by the looks of it. We're going to capture them, and we are going to turn them over to our side, hopefully. And hopefully they don't betray us later on. Like that other person. I think we do get betrayed at some point. So we're going to turn the base that we sort of half created into an actual functional little base. No one's going to actually sleep there or anything, but it's going to be a sort of defensive line. And we're going to build some more hydroponics bays because we are, we're getting low on food. We're just about, surviving. And, you definitely, with a colony this large, you do not want to have a deficiency however long, because otherwise your people will go insane very quickly. I found that out a couple of times now. You just go 1 or 2 days and they go insane. That's pretty much it. So you've got to be able to react quickly. Nope, some more raiders are coming. We have to cancel all of our hunting orders, which is unfortunate. Or all of our, not hunting, probably pickup orders. Ooh, we forgot to turn on the turrets. There we go. All good. No one we can take over, but we'll strip them all down, take their armoured vests, cremate the rest of them. And we've got a bunch of new weapons as well. I never keep the Molotov cocktails because I find them to be, usually, they backfire. They're usually not good to have in a fight, and it rains a lot in this sort of biome anyway, so they're usually not terribly useful. I think the rain is decided by the AI director as well, so I feel like whenever there's a fire, it sort of rolls the dice and says, oh, it's going to rain, or oh, it's not going to rain. It's mainly a problem with the mortars, because the incendiary mortar is pretty much useless to have. Because every time you fire it, it seems like that it just starts raining. Like, maybe it's just coincidence and it just rains a lot anyway, but I don't know. I've had like times where it's not rained for a long time. And then suddenly you get attacked by a mortar team who are firing at you with like explosives and stuff, and you're trying to, send incendiaries over there to like burn them and stuff. And it just starts raining, and they get put out, and they're just useless. Every time it's been faster to just have a explosive mortars. Because it seems like as well that the mortar teams don't really have any way to repair their stuff. See this, like every now and then a fire will just go, like, and that's it. It's just like, maybe that's a special event though, like a forest fire event, but it's raining now. So it's gone out, so I don't know. So we're widening this corridor because we're going to start linking up our production. We needed a faster route out of the base. We also wanted to give, there's basically, as they walk through these corridors, they get a small, I don't know what the word is, but like a negative mood value thing. And that causes that can push them over the edge and make them insane. It's basically a cramped environment one. So we're going to widen it up so it's at least 3 spaces wide, or is it more than that? 4, by the looks of it. Yeah, and that'd be nice for them. And we're going to build a quick route out because nothing can get through our defenses anyway. So we might as well have a quick route in. We could always put turrets in there. That would be a pretty good defense, actually. It'd be almost similar to the one we have outside. I don't think that's ever necessary. We have a colonist who's sleeping on the ground for some reason. Oh, we don't have any colonist beds. We'd probably need to work on a new place for him to sleep. We haven't noticed. Or I haven't noticed, rather. Not we. Who's we? Me? And me? I don't know. I am insane. We need to put some lights in there as well because it's very dark. And we want our colonists to be as happy as they can possibly be in this situation. I don't know about you though, I wouldn't be very happy in this situation. The constant fear of being attacked, or the almost certainty of being attacked, you know. Finally, we're going to deal with this whole bed situation, because that guy's going to go insane eventually from sleeping on the floor. I've actually found that hauling the rocks out of the way first is more efficient than building. You know, once you've mined out an area to build in, it's better to just haul the rocks out straight away and then build, because they'll move things out of the way and they're slowed down. Oh. See, now our secondary base is a bit of a distraction base because it's being attacked by raiders and stuff. It's kind of annoying because it makes the game run slow, and we don't really care what happens to that base. And it looks like they have no power for some reason. It's a solar flare. That's the problem with automated defenses. So we have to wait out the solar flare. Luckily for you guys and for me recording this now, I don't have to sit through the whole thing. We're speeding along at like 300%, so we've got a nice speed going. And it looks like they're just running away. Oh, the solar flare ended and must have killed a bunch of them. And now we're deciding to turn this into a proper little fortress. We'll basically give it its own little area. We'll make that a no roof region, so no roofs can exist there because we don't need them. And we'll make a little sort of kill zone for things just run in. We don't really care if it gets all destroyed or burnt or whatever. We have a lot of bones for some reason. I don't think this one annoying thing that I hope they had a thing for it, but you could for the incinerator you can't add a bill for just specifically fully rotted or corpses, so like bones. It would be nice if you could do that, because like you don't want to make it so that you have conflicting bills. So if you have a cooking order or a butchering order for animals, it conflicts with the animal cremation. Like, so they'll always either they'll cremate the body or they'll butcher it. Obviously you don't want to butcher bones, it doesn't make any sense, so it'd be nice to have just a specific one for that. We have some impossible builds for the solar panels there. Oh, we're getting attacked again. The attacks seem to scale with the amount of turrets and buildings you have. I don't know if that's a thing or if it's just time-based. I have another playthrough on a much higher, couple higher, it's sort of average difficulty. And the amount of people that attack me is probably in the 30 to 50 range. That's how many people attack me. And that defense, works remarkably well. It's a little larger though to deal with the size, and it's actually better if you space the turrets further away from the door. And further away from each other ideally, but if you don't have the space you can't do it. Now we got some boomerettes running around. They're not fun. That's why it's good to hunt. But we've still got this little prison up here serving us well, I suppose. It takes a long time to convince people to join a colony in this version. You basically got to keep working on them. But luckily we're at a scale where we have like a dedicated warden who can do all that stuff for us. We'll start preemptively working on a new room for people, which will be nice. We're running low on resources. It's a bit strange. I guess we've been dealing with the engine of hatred. That can really suck up your resources. We don't have much food either. I hope our people are getting down to that. 4 meals. It's not good. We've got enough food though, just not enough meal production. We've got a lot of animals around as well. That's dangerous. Rebuilding our doors too. We need those doors. Very important. Two new rooms. Perfect. Make sure they're nice and clean, and well, at this point we have dedicated cleaners, so we keep the floors nice and clean. And I think eventually we put flowers in each of the rooms. I think that gives them like the nice interior perk. So we realized that we may as well have this outside area for food production because, well, why not? We need the food now as well because we're about to get like 2 extra people, or 3 even. We're rapidly approaching our maximum limit, which I think is 20. I think we have about 15. I think there's a limit anyway. Maybe there's no limit and I'm just talking out my ass. We definitely have some things to sell. We probably have a lot of weapons that we can sell too. You can see that we've allowed them to pick up those weapons, but there's actually nowhere for them to put them. We should probably make a region where they can actually put them. What's this all about? Burning the apparel, yeah, because we basically want to make them burn any of the tribal wear, because the tribal wear is not terribly useful for us. So if we burn that, we can get rid of it and equip all of our colonists with dusters and buttoned shirts and whatever. And eventually power armor if we can get someone to attack us who has it. We're going to start to mine into the mountain and get some more metal reserves because we're dwindling really. You can't really survive having to build a lot of stuff. And Lincoln is incapacitated. So we're going to strip... so we've been looking after Lincoln for a long time. It's about time that we did something about it. We are going to basically seal him in his room and force him out of his bed. So he starves to death. What are we going to... What are we doing? There we go. Now he's in there and we'll force him... Well, we'll just wait for him to eventually starve because no one could get in there. It's a bit cruel, but, we can't afford to have people who are unproductive on, It's a matter of survival, right? There we go, attacked by mechanoids. We'll just scrap them, take their metal. Those, I think they're scythers or scythers or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. But they give you a lot of metal. It's nice to be attacked by them, but as long as they come to you and go through your sort of defenses, they're not fun to attack with your colonists because they basically have high-powered sniper rifles and they're very accurate. They can basically down your colonists instantly, which sucks. Especially if you get attacked by 5 or 6 of them at once. Very bad, especially if you're out in the open. But like I said, if they attack the turrets, it's all good. And then you have your colonists backing up the turrets, then you're fine. One thing that... Lincoln has finally bit the dust and starved. It looks like this guy's going to go as well. I think he was in a coma and had like brain damage or something. So, well, there's no room for that in our colony, I'm afraid. We don't have the medical facilities to ever revive them or help them, so that's just how it's going to be. Very cruel, but, you gotta survive. You gotta survive, right? It was probably my fault that they got brain damage and got injured anyway, though. It was probably the miniguns when we're hunting with miniguns. Not a good weapon. Now what I do is I have specialist hunters who have the M24 rifle. If they're Only if they have like a high shooting skill level, though. They're very effective. If very effective hunters who have the M24. They can do a lot of good like hunting, and they don't generally hit each other, which is nice. So yeah, he's dying slowly, slow, horrible death. It's luckily you don't get a sort of negative stat on your people if you just let someone starve to death. As cruel as it may be. But if you were to execute someone, that's different. So we've got so much space for weapons now. Why are our people not picking up any? Somebody eventually will hold them, I suppose. Right? Why is no one doing it? I don't know. Silly people. So yeah, this is another episode of Rimworld, episode 10. I'll see you in the next one.